Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham Ali Khan. So now in this video I'm going to start unit number 3 in the subject auditing. So previously I have completed 2 units on auditing. The first unit I have explained you the meaning, definition of auditing, evolution of auditing, importance of auditing, objectives of auditing, and what are the different types of audits. All these things I have explained in unit number 1. Then unit number 2 I have explained about the appointment of auditors, qualification of auditors, disqualification of auditors, qualities of auditors, then rights and duties of auditors, liabilities, civil and criminal liabilities of auditors, and what are audit plan, audit working papers, audit program, audit notebook. All these things I have explained in unit number 2. So if you have not watched first 2 units, I suggest you to go to the playlist of my channel. Select the subject auditing, watch the first 2 units, be acquainted on the subject of auditing. Now before starting this unit number 3, take a screenshot of the points which I have written on the board. Then I'll explain all the points regarding internal control, internal check and internal audit. Come on viewers, now I'm going to start unit number 3. Internal control, internal check and internal audit. These 3 topics I'm going to cover up in this unit. So first of all, the topics to be covered: meaning and objectives of internal control, then internal control and internal check, then differences, that means internal check versus internal audit, and internal control versus internal audit. So these are the topics I'm going to cover up in these videos. Now first of all, I'm going to explain you about internal control. Very frequently in examination a question will be asked regarding what is internal control. Then what are the different types of internal controls? What are the features of internal controls? All these things I'm going to explain. First of all, according to American Institute of CPA, Certified Public Accountant, this is the American Institute which has given the definition of the term internal control. This definition is a comprehensive definition because all the functions of internal control are present in this definition. So what is internal control? Internal control comprises of the plan of organization. First of all, internal control is a plan of the organization and all the coordinate methods and measures adopted within a business. It's a plan and all the methods and measures adopted in an organization regarding what? Regarding to safeguard its assets. A business organization will have so many resources, assets. It is the responsibility of the management to protect, to safeguard all the assets, like plant, machinery, furniture, cash. All these are the assets. So safeguarding all the assets. So a plan should be made, a method should be applied in order to safeguard all the assets and check the accuracy and reliability of accounting data. Secondly, accounting must be there, recording of all the transactions. There should be reliable method of recording the transactions, accurate method of recording all the transactions. And lastly, to promote operational efficiency, that means the activities should be done effectively. All the administrative activities should be done effectively, efficiently. There should not be any wastage of time or wastage of resources. The efficiency of all the resources should improve. And to encourage adherence to prescribed managerial policies, the management has framed all the policies. The employees, the resources should adhere to the management policies regarding the functioning of the organization. So this is the complete definition given by American Institute CPA. certified public accountant regarding internal control. So internal control is nothing but the plan and method of the organization regarding the safeguarding of assets, regarding the accurately, reliably recording all the transactions, and adherence to the plans and policies which are implemented by the management. So what will happen? If there is internal control, definitely the business will become successful in achieving the organizational goals, because there is safeguarding of assets, because accurately maintaining all the accounts, and because all the management policies are implemented in the execution of the activities. That is internal control. Now, internal control, next definition, another definition of internal control is, it is the best regarded as indicating the whole system of controls. It is not confined only in one aspect of controls. It's the combination of different controls which are applied throughout the organization, financial or otherwise, established by the management in the conduct of business, including audit and other forms of control, including internal audit and other forms of control. So, internal control is a very wide concept in which all the different types of controls are included. Not only financial controls, but administrative controls and accounting controls. All the controls are covered under internal control system. So the three important types of internal controls are, broadly we divide the internal controls into three types: physical control, administrative control, and accounting control. Remember this. If you watch this video with full concentration, definitely you can get all these points in your mind clear. Then easily in examination you can write with full confidence regarding internal control. So every now and then they will ask the question regarding internal control. So how many types of internal controls are there? Three. First one, physical control. Secondly, administrative control. And thirdly, accounting control. Now, before explaining all these three types of controls, first we'll see what are the objectives of internal control, why internal control is applied. The first one, recording of transaction. Internal control aims that all the transactions taking place in the business must be promptly, accurately recorded in the appropriate books of accounts during an accounting period. So what this objective of accounting control says? Accounting control says every transaction taking place in the business must be properly recorded in the appropriate books of accounts during the specific accounting period. That's the first objective. Second objective of internal control, safeguarding of assets. So many assets are used in the business, like plant, machinery, furniture, cash. All these are the resources. The proper internal control system requires that proper safeguarding of all the assets. Like example, cash is one of the assets. So every business will hold the cash. Example I'll give you regarding a bank. A bank will have so much of cash. It is the responsibility of the management of the bank to protect the cash. How to protect the cash? The cashier should be, protected from different, methods. Like a security guard should be there, alarm should be there, and all the different precautions should be there to protect the cash. Similarly, furniture, it should be accounted, physically verified, time to time. Machinery, physically verified. So safeguarding all the resources, that is the objective of internal control. Next, prevention and detection of fraud and error. There may be possibility that some fraud may be taken place, some inefficiency, some errors may be committed. So this should be minimized. Errors should be minimized. There should not be any error. There should not be any fraud. So to prevent the organization from fraudulent activities, from committing the errors, internal control system. If a business is having strong internal control system, then definitely the chances of fraud will come down. The chances of committing the errors will come down. That is the objective of internal control. Third one, well-designed internal control system. The internal control should not be random. It should be well planned. The management should make a plan of this internal control system and implement it. Then only the internal control will be successful. Next one is minimize inefficiencies. The wastages, the inefficiencies should be minimized. The internal control systems should be such that there should be minimum of wastage. Wastage of time, wastage of material, wastage of resources. All these inefficiencies should be minimized. Every resource should become efficient. Time should be efficiently used. Machinery, material, and all the resources should be efficiently used. That's the objective of internal control. Next, implementation of policies. Management will make a number of policies. The business will become successful not only on making the policies, but implementing the policies. And the employees are supposed to follow the policies given by the management. So ensuring that all the employees and workers are following the policies given by the management. That is one of the objectives of internal control. Next one is efficiency evaluation. Time to time we have to evaluate the efficiency of different departments, different activities. If we simply make the plan and give the plan to the workers, automatically it will not be implemented. Time to time there should be a mechanism to evaluate whether whatever plan we have made, are we achieving it or not. Next one, action against deviations. Normally, when we make the plan, automatically 100% we cannot be able to achieve whatever we have planned. There will be some deviations from the planned activity and the actual activity. So there should be some mechanism to find out the deviation. How much we have planned and how much we have achieved. We have planned suppose 1 lakh units, but actually we have achieved only 80,000 units. Why this deviation arised? So there should be a mechanism to find out what are the reasons why these deviations between planned activity and actual activity. In this way we will find out the reason for deviations, so that in future we should focus that deviation should not arise. So these are some of the objectives of internal control. So far I have explained you about the meaning of internal control, types of internal control. Only types I have explained, I have not explained in detail. Thirdly, features, objectives of internal control. Now the next thing is, what are the different types of internal control? Broadly we divide into 3 types. That is physical control, administrative control, and accounting control. First, I'll explain about physical control. Physical control means physically we have to put the control regarding safeguarding of assets. A business may have so many resources, assets, like plant, machinery, furniture or other stationery, and vehicles and cash. All these are the resources. It is the responsibility of the management to put proper control system in order to safeguard all these assets. If there is a weak internal control on these safeguarding of assets, then definitely there is a possibility of misuse or the possibility of fraud, the possibility of errors. The business will incur loss because there is no safeguarding of assets. The first type of assets, physical control. Physical control deal with all control tools used to manage for protecting the safeguarding of physical assets of the organization. Making a plan so that all the physical assets should be protected, should be safeguarded. It should not be stolen. It should not be fraudulently used. It should not be misused. Time to time physical verification should be done. We have to compare what is the value, recorded value of the assets and physical value. We have to check. And firms usually make use security personnel, locks, restricted entry and so on as the tools to protect the physical assets. And the firms will use a number of tools and techniques in order to protect the physical assets, like lock system, and security personnel should be given. Time to time we have to record the value of the assets. Similarly, protecting all the physical assets from different type of risks. These are called physical control. Next type of internal control is administrative control. Administrative control means seeing that whatever plans, procedure, policies have been implemented by the management, made by the management, should be properly implemented. Should be properly implemented. That means the organization structure should be clear. Should be clear. Every person should know what is his job, what is his responsibility, what is his authority. Clear-cut demarcation of authority responsibility. Strictly implementing the policies of the management. That is administrative control. So administrative control deals with the control tools which are used by the management for controlling and ensuring the smooth functioning of the administrative operations. All the administrative operations should be smoothly performed. There should not be any constraints, restrictions in the performance of the duties. And the various tools of administrative controls are how the administrative controls will be implemented. Administrative control. Vesting authorities and assigning clear duties and responsibility to the workers and employees. All the workers and employees should be given proper authority, proper responsibility, and make them accountable. So when a person is working in an organization, he should be clear in his mind what is his job, what is his responsibility, how much he is accountable. So this clear-cut, instruction should be given to all the workers and employees. Next one, clear job description. The employees should get the job description clearly. He should not be in chaos regarding what he has to do. What is his job? What is his responsibility? So every worker employee should be clear in his mind regarding job description. Thirdly, developing standards for operating methods. Some plans should be given that every worker has to work according to these standards. These are the standards every worker has to perform. The standards should be given, plans. Next, last one, developing organizational chart. An organizational chart is a graphical or pictorial classification of all the employees regarding what are the departments, who is the manager, who is the superior, and who is the subordinate, who has to report to whom, what is the job, what is the responsibility. The clear-cut structure should be given in the form of a chart. If we have this organizational chart, then definitely administrative controls can be applied. So I have explained you about physical controls and administrative control. Now last thing is accounting controls. Accounting is the activity of recording the transactions in order to prepare the financial statements. So every business organization will record all the transactions properly. That means not randomly. Every organization should follow the standard accounting principles in maintaining the accounts. The accounts should be accurate, reliable, timely. So these are the controls called accounting control. Accounting control refer to all the control tools which are associated with the accounting system that is being used in the organization. Every business organization will have accounting department. The smooth functioning of the accounting department is the objective of accounting control. The following are the important points relating to accounting control. So what are accounting control? What it is? They're recording all the transactions of the organization. First objective of accounting control is every transaction should be promptly recorded, timely, immediately recorded in the appropriate books of account during the accounting period. That is the first thing in accounting control. Second, there should be proper internal check system, whereas the work performed by one person should automatically checked by another person. That means one person should not do all the activities, all the job of a particular activity from A to Z. The job should be divided. That one person's job should automatically be checked by another person. This is called internal check system. So accounting control requires that the job of every worker should be checked by another worker. Thirdly, standard accounting policy should be followed in maintaining accounting standards. Nowadays, every country will have standard accounting policies, procedure. Like in India, we have Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI, which will issue accounting standards on different topics of accounting. And all the business organization functioning in the country must follow the accounting standard. Standard accounting policies, standard accounting standards issued should be implemented in the accounts. Fourth, the organization must use good internal audit system for examining accounting records. When business expands, there should not be only statutory audit, there should be internal audit. The management should keep a separate department, internal audit department. Time to time, every month, twice a month, this internal audit department should check all the accounting records so that all the accounts should be up to date, accurate. Last one, proper delegation of authority and responsibility should be implemented to ensure correct execution of work and accountability among the workers and employees. There should be proper delegation of authority and responsibility among the different employees and workers, so that the workers must know what is their accountability, how much he is accountable. So these are the accounting controls. So in this video, I have explained you about the internal control. In this video, internal control. What is the meaning of the term internal control? What are the objectives of internal control? And what are the types of internal control I have explained. So if you are satisfied, give a like to the video, share my channel in your group, give your comments. So it gives more motivation to me to provide more and more better videos for your benefit. And tell from which university you are pursuing your course. Inshallah, we'll continue the next topic in the next video.